Hello everyone and welcome back to Lowe's Motor Speedway for the S.p.A, the All-Star Race, the crown? Semi-crown? Semi-crown jewel? What is a crown jewel? What are the crown jewel races of NASCAR? I have no idea. People say the Daytona 500, Coca-Cola 600, and Southern 500, but whatever. Whatever, okay. Damn it. Let's try that again. Hello everyone and welcome back to Lowe's Motor Speedway for the All-Star Race, the S.p.A. 40 laps, your first stage around this 1.5 mile quad oval, one of the fan favorites in NASCAR. Bad news for you lot. The GOAT is starting on pole position again. No qualifying, just randomized stuff here. Hold on, we should, yeah, okay. Yeah, no, that's fine. We can do the thing in the later stages where we have the pace car already running, and so it makes it look like it's a little bit more consistent after everybody files back into their new starting positions each stage. But yeah, starting on the front row, the GOAT alongside Patrick Smith. Who else is here? We got Steve Morgan, Gil Samaya, Max Davis, the winner of the shootout, starts alongside Vittorio Savio, who won the Rockingham race. And yeah, so the McDonald's Ford Tauruses for PPI Motorsports still have a chance of performing in this, fun little non-championship weekend we've got going on here. We got Daniel Voiles, we got Reggie Fogelman, we got Riley Spurley and Antonin Charlebois, we got Matthew Burnett, Samit Özkan, Arju Taiki, Eli Wolf, Ashley Schonewald, and Mo Zane. Two more of the people who made it into the All-Star race from the shootout. Lucas Evans as well. Then Christian Bracken, Footlego, another qualifier. That's 5 that we've gotten through so far, yes. I believe we've got Estasio PK, Chris Harvey, Jana Fogelman, Joey Trickle, Mathis Wells, Eric Monaco, Colin Cropley. That's your 6 right there. Harry Langestein and Joe Allen, 7th and 8th. Bob and Floba, and lastly we got Leroy Jenkins and Montero Salin, 9th and 10th. Obviously not the finishing order, but yeah. All 10 of your shootout qualifiers accounted for. 31 drivers raring to go here. And that's the GOAT putting on a bit of a show as the pace car gets rolling here. So once again, your first stage, 40 laps around Lowe's Motor Speedway. And the top 22 will advance to stage 2. And I've decided to rewrite the rules here. I originally said that in stage 2, the top 16 will advance to the final stage, but we're going to make things a little bit more exciting and make it the top 14. Bit more consistent there. Green flag is out. We are underway. That's an excellent start from the GOAT. Oh dear. The GOAT's looking on to win that bicentennial $50, one of his favorite coins. Patrick Smith steady in second here. Gil Samaya jumping into third. Steve Morgan alongside Vittorio Savio, who used to be driving the 29, of course, managed to win in this car. And Steve Morgan has yet to win a race, doesn't he? Yeah, I believe so. Here are Daniel Voiles. Max Davis, again, blessed with a good starting position here. He was your favorite to win the shootout, and he managed that without much difficulty. So he could be in with a shout of winning the whole shebang, the All-Star race, the stages at least, but definitely everything else at the end. Most important lap leader is the lap leader the last lap. Most important lap to lead is the last lap. So, we're going to have to be looking at 22nd position here. That's going to be shifting all over the show here, but I believe that that's Joey Trickle, who occupies 22nd spot right now. Just waiting for the positions to update here. Yep, that's Joey Trickle in 22nd. That is the position that everybody behind will be gunning for. The 9 cars behind 22nd spot will be eliminated. So, on the cusp right now, Harvey, Cropley, Evans, PK, Allen, Flobo, Jenkins, Langestein, and Salin, many of whom qualified from the shootout. Is it all going to be for naught? Cropley is definitely going to want to prove himself, get his way into that top 22 at the very least. Lucas Evans, much of the same here, but they have to get past the Joe Gibbs cars of Harvey and Wells, who definitely don't want to be eliminated early from the AAA either. Driving good cars, can put in good performances on demand. Of course, Joey Trickle wants much of the same. Joey Trickle, yeah, isn't he in the top 15? I believe he's in the top 15. Lego definitely has something to be worried about because he was falling behind a few of the other drivers, not least of which Cropley and Evans in the shootout. But yeah, everybody else up here doesn't seem like they have too much to worry about. The GOAT just pulling away from the field now. Is he looking to dominate this race? Hopefully he makes a complete ass of himself and spins out the way he did at, well, Rockingham and Darlington, of course. Patrick Smith occupies second, Gil Samaya's in third, Steve Morgan fourth, and Vittorio Sevilla fifth. Obviously, the duel between these two is going to be quite interesting. The former driver and current driver of the 29. Let's just say that the GOAT liked it better when Sevilla was his teammate. And, well, Morgan certainly doesn't have any love for the GOAT either. There's hardly any doubt about that. Once again, all eyes are going to be on Max Davis here. It looks like he's on for a very good finish in the first stage. Again, all the attention's going to end up being on 22nd spot here. Joey Trickle making his way up the field. It's 3 wide with Jana Fogelman, Eli Wolf, and Mo Zane there. Zane managed to get up in front of both cars. Very good stuff there. But yeah, who's in 22nd right now? That's the real question here. 22nd falls to Colin Cropley. Good stuff there. Who's falling behind though? Hard to tell. Mathis Wells certainly doing that. He's all the way down into 27th now. While teammate Chris Harvey in 21st is about ready to wheel his way past Sabrina Footlega. Once again, the two Roush cars of Footlega and Cropley are going to be duking it out here. S.p.A currently the first of the cars in danger of elimination, running 23rd. The two Roush cars putting a block on him for the moment. Perhaps that was Shadowvault who ended up falling behind. Lucas Evans certainly doing much of the same. I believe he was falling close behind Colin Cropley. He certainly was in the shootout, of course, here, but Footlega looking a bit unsettled on the outside here, able to file in front of S.p.A once again, but to reiterate, all eyes are going to be on Sabrina Footlega. Sabrina Footlega, who falls behind Colin Cropley, making his way into 21st place here. Chris Harvey up to 20th. These people definitely want to keep advancing their positions and creating a cushion between themselves and the cutoff line here. Eric Monaco jostling with Jana Fogelman for 18th spot, for example. I think he's going to have that position without too much trouble here. Colin Cropley is fighting with Chris Harvey for 20th meanwhile. And Sabrina Footlega for now looking a little bit comfortable, running all the way back in 22nd. S.p.A has a bit of a gap between himself and Footlega here that he needs to close if he doesn't want to be eliminated. There we go. Joe Allen, meanwhile, runs last, as usual. How sad. Hey, Joe, what you doing? Demonstrating that your impressive performance, getting into 10th spot once again, so that you can make your way into the AAA, was all for naught. Sad. Jana Fogelman now looking like the car that's falling behind here. It's always bad news whenever we're looking at the Robert Yates racing cars, I tell you. The 38 and the 88 seem to be unluckier than Colin Cropley in a sense, but have some results to back themselves up. Of course, Ebrahimian was outside the top 20, and unfortunately he was the one who lost out big in the shootout, failing, of course, to qualify for the AAA. And now Jana Fogelman finds herself in 22nd spot here, and that's the position that S.p.A is gunning for, and I believe that PK, no doubt, smells blood in the water. Jana Fogelman looking like easy pickings. Riding on board of him now as he exits turn 4 onto the quad oval front stretch. eating up that slipstream. 192 before slowing down for turn 1. Only falling to 160, then moving his way back up. 178. 190, just like Max Davis in the shootout. Of course, there's a bit more of a fuel load on that car right now. But Jana Fogelman staying alive for the meantime. Take a look real fast at your running order. The GOAT continues to lead this race here. Patrick Smith catching up. No. So the GOAT not eking out as great of a gap as we could have imagined. Gil Samaya runs 3rd. Steve Morgan has 4th here. Vittorio Sevilla continues to run in 5th. Voiles, Davis, Özkan, Spurley, and Reggie Fogelman round out your top 10. Samet Özkan having a look at Max Davis for 7th spot here. Riley Spurley liable to make his way past as well. Again, Max Davis has nothing to be concerned about. Possibly just biding his time until the last stage. But of course, he still has the second to get through as well, and if he's not given a bad randomized starting position, he'll easily make his way in. He can let Spurley pass, and that'll be just fine. Fine and dandy. Once again, Patrick Smith continuing to catch the GOAT here. In fact, the GOAT blocking him off very aggressively, entering turn 3 there. That could have been absolutely disastrous if Patrick Smith were heading any faster into turn 3 here. That's right on board with the man here. I think the GOAT's using up his tires a bit too much here. Oh, the GOAT's car looking so unsettled down the back stretch. So the GOAT was looking like he wanted to just pull away and dominate this race as he did in Las Vegas and of course at California. But as you can see, there does appear to be some damage to the right side of that car. So it's possible that the GOAT had a little bit of an unfortunate excursion into the outer wall earlier on in this race here, not even reaching the halfway point here. So the GOAT has some stuff to be worried about here. Of course, a spin for the GOAT could very well be fatal at this point. Joe Allen just entering turn 1 right now, for reference. Jada Fogelman's been able to get past Sabrina Futlega for 21st once again, meaning that Stasio Piquet is once again looking at Sabrina Futlega's rear end. But right now we have to follow the GOAT and Patrick Smith, because Patrick Smith could well be out to steal away that bicentennial $50. Of course, the GOAT has crikey, 30 of the things, but what's an extra 1 or 2 when $50 are so rare in circulation anyways? And sometimes you just feel a little too, you know, silly, embarrassed, annoying to you know, bother bank tellers for a roll of $50, which they might not even have. Always a sad day, of course, when that's the case. But yeah. Oh dear, that is some heavy sliding for the GOAT. That is not what he needed to see there. He's tight exiting turn 4. Patrick Smith takes the lead in stage 1. Leads lap 21, on to lap 22 here. The GOAT falling behind. He's going to have to put in a lot of effort if he wants to take back the lead. And make sure he doesn't have to pay anybody a $50. Send it in the mail. Go to all the trouble of, yeah, doing the postage and stuff and such. He already has plans to mail a very belated Christmas gift to his cousin. So, I mean, what's an extra visit to the post office anyways? That's the GOAT cutting across the grass there, just as at Texas, the Cal Petty move. Because again, that's what Cal Petty told Richard Hammond to do. Cut across the grass on the front stretch of Texas. And the GOAT took that advice to heart. And I took that personally, the GOAT said. Once again, Jana Fogelman. Oh, here we go. Estasio Piquet has taken 22nd place from Jana Fogelman. So Estasio Piquet keeping himself alive now and looking at Sabrina Footlago. Jana Fogelman now under pressure from Ashley Shadowald as well. But of course, Shadowald's going to be fighting for 23rd, which just isn't good enough. It's just not good enough. Not good enough. I used to be better at saying that. I think my voice just sounds a little weird today. My throat's acting up. Not good enough. There we go. Ooh! The goat having to he's getting... Goat got brake checked there, didn't he? Giving Patrick Smith a nudge, nearly turning him into the infield grass. We start lap 25 here. That could have been very hairy between the goat and Patrick Smith. The goat clearly wants to win this stage. You still got 50 laps after the stage ends, of course, but oh dear, he is really committed to getting this $50. I tell you what. $50, of course, which had the purchasing power of about $10 in back in 1944, 4. The goat retakes the lead. Yay! I bet we're all super pleased about that development here. Jana Fogelman coming back at Estacio Pique, and that's a more exciting development here. Pique can't rest on his laurels because there are none. He has no opportunity to content himself, settle back and relax, because Jana Fogelman is going to keep fighting and fighting for 22nd here. Estacio Pique thought Jana Fogelman was, I don't know, a human bleeding in the water. Pique is the shark. Now Pique is the human and Jana Fogelman's the shark. I went a little bit too above and beyond for that, what's that word, analogy there, but oh, Jana Fogelman falling behind now, so I really got excited up, really got myself worked up over nothing. And I'm still finding it very difficult to string together proper sentences right now. More importantly, Jana Fogelman appears to be finding it a bit difficult to retake 22nd spot from Estacio Pique, but Estacio Pique once again has no time to relax and settle in. Appears to be attempting to make time to get past Antonin Charlebois, though, and Antonin Charlebois could very well be easier prey for Jana Fogelman if Estacio Pique is able to get past him. Estacio Pique giving him a nice bump draft, heading down the front stretch here. He has the inside line, heading into turn 1. Had a nose in front just barely there. Charlebois attempting to defend from the outside. I think he's going to fail. And Jana Fogelman falls right behind Estacio Pique. So now Antonin Charlebois in danger of being eliminated here. He didn't want that to be true. But Jana Fogelman retakes 22nd, this time from Antonin Charlebois. Ashley Shadowald having a front row view of all this action in 24th, which again just isn't good enough here. Where is the goat? Oh, the goat looking, ooh. Oh man, the goat really abusing those tires there. Look at how shaky the car is through turns 1 and 2. It's looking like he's about ready to begin lapping Joe Allen. He's once again built his gap between himself and Patrick Smith here. Gil Samaya in no man's land comparatively. Steve Morgan still leads Vittorio Sevilla, Voiles, Özcan, Davis, Trickle, and Spurley here. So it seems as if Davis was briefly able to get past Joey Trickle and hold off Riley Spurley. Got 2 Hendrick cars, Eli Wolf and Reggie Fogelman in 11th and 12th spots here. Davis beats Trickle to the line for 8th. Still fighting each other for that position. Neither wants to give an inch. Is Antonin Charlebois' hope of getting into the second stage crushed? That's what it's looking like right now. He appears to be incapable of catching Jana Fogelman, but again, now it's Fogelman who can't rest easy here. Pique is going to be pulling away. So Fogelman isn't going to have much of a cushion here. The goat's going to try to create one of lapped cars. Joe Allen, who runs last, and Bob and Flobo in 30th. Bob and Flobo, who's in your top 20, the worst of those drivers in the field right now, being lapped by the goat. His all-star race is over, no doubt. Salen and Langestein also looking like they're going to just have to pack up and go back to the garage, get some sleep, and hope to do better in the Coca-Cola 600. because the All-Star race is over for them as well. Lucas Evans, Mathis Wells, Leroy Jenkins appearing to suffer that unfortunate fate here. Schottewald attempted to throw a Hail Mary here to get past Schauble and challenge Jana Fogelman, but Fogelman continues to build that gap. Jana Fogelman will be the last of your cars that managed to advance successfully to the second stage of the All-Star race, where it will be the top 14 that need to Patrick Smith has gone up in smoke. Patrick Smith is out. Anthony Schauble could be saved here. And Patrick Smith's All-Star race is over. What a disaster. How did this happen? Oh, no. Yeah, I keep saying that, but just heading down the front stretch here, his engine gives up on him. I guess trying to catch the GOAT was all for naught there. Patrick Smith's race is over. And once again, Antonin Schauble, his dreams are alive. He's looking on for 22nd here once Smith retires from the race, because that, once again, looks like fatal damage to that Wood Brothers Ford Taurus there. What an absolute disaster for Patrick Smith, who's proven himself to be one of the better drivers in the field. A consistent top 10 force every weekend. Unfortunately, he appears to have gone the way of the GOAT and blown an engine. That's going to be pretty costly. Of course, the GOAT has tons of money in his coffers that he could well donate. But if he's feeling a little too stingy to mail a quarter, well, he's certainly feeling that way about the $50. We'll see how he feels about the $1 and the $2 bill. 5 laps to go for the GOAT, who cuts across the grass as usual. That will be the real question now. Who's in 22nd now? Just Jana Fogelman should be running 21st, right? There's Antonin Schauble, 22nd. I bet he's feeling extremely uneasy now. Actually, Schottewald no doubt wants to get her way into the top 20 there. Schottewald was the only Chip Ganassi car to make it out of the shootout. And that's actually quite fitting for your Daytona 500 winner. The GOAT's about to lap Jenkins, Schottewald, and Schauble. That could definitely throw some spanners into the works. Gil Samaya now runs second. But, yeah, I mean, okay, the GOAT. I think the GOAT winning this race is sort of a fait accompli as long as he doesn't spin out, but GOAT quite clearly demonstrating that he does have control over that car, even if it looks extremely wobbly out of the turns at some points here. Just driven a very good 40 laps, 38 of course right now, but yeah, he's looking on to win this race, this stage of the All-Star race that is. Meanwhile, Schottewald continues to approach Schauble here. Jana Fogelman, Anastasia Piquet, Sabrina Footlega remain alive. Colin Cropley, Chris Harvey, Christian Bracken, Mo Zane, Reggie Fogelman, Ari Utaiki, Matthew Burnett, Eric Monaco, Eli Wolf, Max Davis, Riley Spurley, Joey Trickle, Daniel Foilis, Samet Özkan, Vittoria Sevilla, Steve Morgan, and Gil Samaya all look good to make it into the second stage of this race as the GOAT laps Leroy Jenkins. White flag is out. This is the final lap of stage 1 of the AAA. The GOAT has, well, I was about to say he led every single lap, but Patrick Smith briefly led for a moment there as the GOAT laps Schauble and Schottewald. Schottewald takes the opportunity to make her move here. Oh, that's the GOAT slowing Schottewald down. Schauble jumps into 22nd once again. Well, Schottewald never made the overtake, never had a nose in front, but that's her chance over there. The GOAT holds her up as he takes the checkered flag. Is that the GOAT pulling off some teamwork there? Did the GOAT deliberately slow himself to let Schauble take the last position in stage 2? I bet Schottewald's not going to be the least bit pleased about that one. She, along with Jenkins, Wells, Evans, Langestein, Flobo, Allen, Salen, and Yeah, well, yeah. And Patrick Smith, they're packing up their bags. They are out of the race. They have been eliminated. And again, I bet they are none too pleased. Shadowval certainly has no reason to be pleased about that. But disappointment for Mathis Wells and Lucas Evans, no doubt. Langenstein, Flobo, Allen, they were definitely hoping to do a little bit better this race. But yeah, absolutely heartbreaking for Patrick Smith there, who blew his engine with 5 laps to go. Well, actually more like 6. But Antonin Charlebois, certainly the luckiest out here. Jana Fogelman, Anastasia P.K., and Sabrina Footlago sure put on quite a bit of a show. Lots of effort to get themselves into Stage 2, which will be beginning shortly. We are back for Stage 2. 22 cars left in the action here. Let's slow it down a little bit. Yeah, we can do that. Very good. The field has been shuffled up a little bit since the GOAT won the first stage. He has moved to the back of the pack. Tyke and Burnett will occupy the front row. We got Fogelman, Spurley, Wolf, Trickle, Voiles, Davis, Cropley, Footlago, Özkan, Samaya, Monaco, Sevilla, Morgan, Harvey, Bracken, Zane, Jana Fogelman, Anastasia P.K., Charlebois, and the GOAT. Again, rounding out the field. So these 3 cars who are at the back of the pack at the end of the first stage, obviously they got the short end of the stick there. Move to field randomization. Night has fallen. Sun's still out, but the moon is beginning to rise as well. It's getting pretty dark here. The sun will be in everybody's way as they head into turn 1 here as we begin stage 2 of the S.p.A, the All-Star race. Aryu Tyke leading the field here. Getting to build himself a nice little gap. Good stuff. Goat already trying to make his way through the field. Getting past Charlebois, the man that he helped get into the top 22. He's now getting past both him and Jana Fogelman. So again, these 2 who started at the back of the pack. Were the last of the finishers to make it into the second stage. So much for the randomness, really. But that is the GOAT continuing to make his way through the field here. Bracken and Morgan, who are running up front, in the first stage. And now here at the back, there's PK as well. The GOAT giving PK a bit of a nudge. Heading down the back stretch here. Monaco on the outside. So the position to be looking at here is 14th. And I believe that Mo Zane occupies that right now. Özkan and PK going to be fighting very fiercely for that, I imagine. Here comes the GOAT, about to make it 3 wide down the back stretch, dipping his front stretch. And, it's almost 4 wide there. Heading into turn 1. That's the front stretch. That's turn 1 now. And, there goes the GOAT, sending PK up the track. Morgan able to get past. Jana Fogelman able to do the same now. Monaco making a move as well. PK suffering the worst there after the GOAT made contact with him. Definitely not an appropriate touch, I gotta say. It's not Thursday. The GOAT's out of touch. I'm out of time. Who knows when this is going to get uploaded and or recorded. Actually, I'm recording on a Monday, of course. The GOAT making it 3 wide once again. Sevilla and Footlago heading into turn 1. The GOAT steaming his way up the field there, really demonstrating that his pace that he showed when he started the first stage on the front row wasn't merely a fluke here, but more importantly, let's take a look at your top runners here. Aryu Tyke leads Joey Trickle. Reggie Fogelman was able to get past Rally Spurley for 3rd spot here. Max Davis runs comfortably in 5th, once again at the top of the pack here. Good stuff for him. Voiles and Burnett are fighting for 6th. Eli Wolf and Gil Samaya for 8th, and the GOAT makes his way up in the 10th, I believe. That's good stuff there. Yeah, the GOAT's in 10th. Vittorio Sevilla's 11th. Sabrina Footlago 12th. Chris Harvey 13th. And, it looks like Mo Zane. What? I'm confused. The positions around 14th are really jumbling up a bit. Charlebois once again getting the worst of the 2 Evernham Dodges. 2 of the best cars running in most of the races so far this early season. Find themselves at the back of the pack here, which is very unfortunate for them if they really have good cars, good pace, which is what they've been demonstrating in the season. Then they'll have some chance of making their way into the top 14. But as it stands here, 14th place, I can't speak today. I'm just rushing here. Just recording for the first time. All the good stuff. Whatever. Okay, so yes. Steve Morgan occupies 14th, and that's the position that everybody behind him is gunning for. The bottom 8 in this race, this stage, will be eliminated. And only 14 cars will be able to contest the final 20-lap stage of the AAA. Got two teammates here, Steve Morgan and Mo Zane. 14th and 15th, Samit Özkan, another front runner early on in the season, making his way past Zane, and Zane can do little to resist him there. Özkan putting a wedge between the two. Richard Childress Racing Chevys there. Meanwhile, the GOAT has actually lost 10th for now to Vittorio Savio. He's going to have that position once again, no worries at all. Again, these two get along much better than the GOAT and Steve Morgan do. I bet Savio has no love for Morgan either. But that's obviously not of too much consequence here. Morgan has to deal with Samit Özkan. Morgan makes it to the line first, and Özkan's being held up by Chris Harvey. But if Chris Harvey has good pace, then Özkan's going to be able to follow him right past. Making the move on Steve Morgan. Steve Morgan falling out of 14th spot here, and his teammate Mo Zane getting by as well. There's Christian Bracken. She's been able to break out from the back of the pack here. Eric Monaco can't say the same. Still stuck in 21st here. Colin Cropley at the back of the pack here as well, along with S.p.A. So maybe luck isn't on Colin Cropley's side this far, but to be fair, he managed to finish in the top 10 in the shootout and the top 22 in the first stage, so I think he'll have that to be proud about. If he can just keep performing this way in the championship, then he is going to, be on for some good points results at the end of the season. Again, things getting a little bit strange here in the positions here. The GOAT was able to make it past Burnett and Wolf here, and he's looking at Reggie Fogelman now. The GOAT up into 8th spot here. You can see that Max Davis has fallen to 6th. Riley Spurley in 5th now. Samaya 4th. Boyles 3rd. Trickle 2nd. Taiki continues to lead the race. And that's the GOAT using up all the backstretch there. Not entirely sure what that's about, but look at 14th here. Sabrina Footlego, who has been passed by Mo Zane. So Zane back into 14th spot here. Actually, I don't believe that he was there in the first place. But again, this is the fight for 14th, people. The cutoff. Again, just having no idea who's in there right now. Mo Zane being scored as 14th, but here come Footlego and Bracken on the inside. Morgan still following close behind. Is he out of this fight? Not necessarily. Footlego and Bracken looking like they're going to file in behind Zane. Stay there for now. They have 19 laps left to contest 14th spot here. Harvey in 13th pulling away. Özkan and Burnett up into 12th and 11th. Well, Burnett actually falling back a few positions actually. Sevilla was able to get past him, and Sevilla's looking at Eli Wolf now, but nonetheless, I believe that these drivers will be able to settle in and relax, unlike basically anybody else. Anybody who was ever in 10th, 22nd, or 14th in the previous 3 iterations of Green Lap running here at Lowe's Motor Speedway. The GOAT passing Reggie Fogelman on the outside, looking at Max Davis next here. Oh man, the GOAT's just showing, this isn't even the right adjective, immaculate pace here. I swear his tire's been blessed by Jesus, Mary, and Joseph himself, I say, as he slides up the racetrack. And just yeah, but managing to make the move stick on Max Davis, so good stuff there. Back at the fight for 14th here, Mo Zane following closely behind Chris Harvey. Zane pulling out a gap between himself and Footlego. Can Morgan make his way past into 15th and challenge his teammate once again? I swear, again, the vocabulary just exhausted here. What else is there to say? Steve Morgan giving Footlego a bitch slap for 15th spot. That's what you like to see. There you go. What the hell is the GOAT? Did you see that? Let's have a look at that again. Oh, the GOAT is just toying with everybody there. Having a wave to all the people in their RVs and infield. My days. I'm sure there's some absolutely legendary tailgates going on right now. The GOAT slamming the wall, exiting turn 4 and heading down the front stretch there. Again, damaging the right side of his car, but he appears to, not give a shit. How else can we say it? Nonplussed about that one. Savio continuing to fight with Burnett. for 10th position here. Is that correct? No. Özcan occupies 10th position, so I believe Sevilla actually fell back. And yeah, Sevilla not able to win the fight with Burnett right now. She'll be under pressure from Harvey, who himself is under pressure from Zane. Morgan very much still in this fight, of course, following closely behind Zane here, who was not able to make any sort of move stick here. Now look at the goat stepping out once again. Still in 6th here, but I think he really wants to catch up and win the second stage as well. Of course, that means he'll start at the back of the field once again. I had to cut myself off there mid-word because Steve Morgan has been able to get past Mo Zane for 14th spot here. Of course, if the GOAT wins stage 2, he once again has to start from the back of the field. But more importantly, yep, that is Steve Morgan up at the 14th now, and he can make some moves on Chris Harvey, put Harvey under a lot of pressure here. Footlega runs 16th, and Bracken 17th. Bracken steps out. Eric Monaco is able to make his way up to the 20th, but it seems like it's all going to be for naught. Charlebois and Jana Fogelman, last of the cars in the top 22, now find himself at the back of the field here. And looks like they're out of this race, unfortunately. Max Davis suffering a little bit here. He's looking a little bit on edge. Something must be wrong with Max Davis's car. Vittorio Sevilla about to fly right past him. Davis not able to hug that inside line sufficiently enough. He's up in front of Burnett, Harvey, and Morgan now, but they're going to be steaming past here. Harvey making a move on Matthew Burnett for 12th spot here. Max Davis occupies 11th. Vittoria Sevilla has made her way up into 10th here. Things much more spaced out. The GOAT able to get past Burley, and now he's in 5th here. Voiles, Samaya, Trickle, and Taiki are still a ways away. And look at that. The two Jasper Motorsports Ford Tauruses once again trading positions. They obviously get along quite well. And, of course, have some of the best engines in the field. Jasper Motorsports, Jasper Engines making absolutely certain of that. Can Max Davis prove that he has one of the best engines in the field here? Running 11th, but definitely looking like he was under pressure here. Matthew Burnett falls out of the top 14. So Zane and Morgan both in the final stage, it's looking like. These two RCR Chevys still following the Joe Gibbs Chevy of Chris Harvey. He runs in 12th right now. Matthew Burnett just falling away into oblivion. His chances look like they're over here. Meanwhile, the GOAT, as you can see, is about ready to catch Daniel Voiles. I believe the GOAT had a little bit more of a nudge with his right side of the car on the outside line, but going to take a look at Daniel Voiles' rear view camera. And I hope Daniel Voiles brought his brown pants, because here comes the GOAT driving the Intimidator's car. Flipping through the track as usual, because the player car does that. Down the backstretch here, the GOAT right in the slipstream of Daniel Voiles' number 8 Budweiser Chevy, and he absolutely steams past on the inside in turn 3. Now he's following very close behind the Jasper Motorsports cars, occupying 2 lines here, blocking him off. He makes it 3 wide. Is he going to be able to get past both of them? Not quite, but he has the move done on Joey Trickle. The GOAT in the number 3 up into position 3. We love to see it. Following closely behind Gil Samaya. Having to keep an eye here on 14th spot here. Matthew Burnett has managed to get himself back into 14th. So Zane has fallen back once again. And Zane's been overtaken by Bracken as well. So Zane once again falls outside the top 14. And Matthew Burnett finds himself back there. The GOAT now following very close behind R.U. Taiki. Diving straight to the inside, down the backstretch here. The GOAT and Taiki have fought plenty of battles before. And the GOAT makes the overtake look easy. Overtakes of the week. The GOAT once again leads into AAA. And he's going to run away with it now. Oh, he's on the grass. He's showing off. 5 laps to go. Oh, man, the GOAT has no shits to give, I tell you what. What an absolute mad lad. Matthew Burnett once again in 14th, staying alive. Christian Bracken having to defend from Mo Zane, who wants to charge back and get back at Burnett. He has 5 laps to do so. Down the backstretch halfway through the first of those. It looks like it's over for him. Matthew Burnett has only to continue wheeling the car properly. Max Davis could be in trouble of falling behind once again. Savio up into 9th from Riley Spurley, who's also falling behind. Morgan occupies 11th right now, so that's Max Davis down to 12th. Harvey and Burnett behind. Harvey not behind anymore. He's on the inside through turn 1. Davis a nose in front. Out of turn 2 and back down the backstretch here. Matthew Burnett falling close behind Chris Harvey. He eked out a gap between himself and Zane, who manages to get back at Bracken for 15th spot here. Mo Zane back into 15th. Is it enough? He's going to have 3 laps to go. And Matthew Burnett using Chris Harvey's Harvey's there's something, I keep saying slipstream as well. I keep saying slipstream, and that kind of sounds disgusting, I gotta say. I don't know. But yeah. Max Davis attempting to bloopers saved for all time. Riley Spurley down into 11th. Is that correct? That seems to be correct. Max Davis runs 12th. Chris Harvey 13th. Matthew Burnett 14th. Mo Zane, first of the cars, about to be eliminated here before the final stage. With 2 to go, the GOAT comes through turns 3 and 4. He's going to take the white flag here at Lowe's Motor Speedway, scraping the outside wall once again. He didn't quite dominate this stage, but it looks like he's going to win it once again and take home the bicentennial dollar coin from 1976. He's scored the $50 already, and Max Davis running in 12th here. He's lost 12th to Chris Harvey. He could lose 13th to Matthew Burnett, but he'll continue to stay alive. And he's got the quarter as well. He wants that $2 bill. But here comes Mo Zane. This is Zane's last opportunity. He's not going to get it done. Max Davis makes it into the final stage of the AAA. Burnett 13th, Harvey 12th, Riley Spurley 11th, Steve Morgan 10th. The GOAT wins the stage once again. Samaya 3rd, Trickle 4th, Voiles 5th, Oskan 6th, Taiki 2nd, Wolf 7th, Reggie Fogelman 8th, and Savio 9th. So, one more stage to go. 20 laps, the GOAT will start 14th. And yeah, eliminated Mo Zane, Christian Bracken, Colin Cropley, Jana Fogelman, Eric Monaco, Stasio Piquet, Sabrina Futlego, and Antonin Charlotte. Well, it did well to get out of the first stage, of course, but it won't be in the final one. Unfortunate stuff. Ready now for the final stage of the AAA All-Star race. Joey Trickle and Eli Wolf get shuffled to the front row here. Gil Samaya, Max Davis in the second row. There are Matthew Burnett, Steve Morgan in the third row. Then we got Reggie Fogelman, Chris Harvey, R.U. Taiki, Riley Spurley, Simon Özkan, Daniel Voiles, and Vittorio Savio, along with the GOAT, the winner of the second stage, starting at the back of the pack here. 20 laps left in the AAA. Looking good once again for the Jasper Motorsports cars here. Eli Wolf, Max Davis on the outside line there. Max Davis, we all know he wants that win most of anybody here, I think. Came all the way from the shootout. In fact, last of the cars from the shootout, isn't he? Underway once again here. Excellent start for Joey Trickle. Yeah, who else is here from the shootout? I think, three wide there. Voiles, Özkan, and Taiki. They're coming together there. The GOAT not having a very good start at the back of the pack there. Here he comes, trying to make a move on Vittorio Savio. Oh, he's going to get that done quite easily. He's past Taiki as well as a result. But yeah, I think, was Riley Spurley? Riley Spurley in there as well. More importantly, Max Davis. Definitely one of the last people from the shootout there, but he's beginning to fall behind here. The two Jasper Motorsports cars, Joey Trickle and Gil Samaya, jostling for the lead, as they usually do. Trickle's going to let Samaya lead for now, but no doubt Trickle's going to want to come back and challenge for that race win. Challenge, saying it as usual. I bet he wants that $2 bill more than anybody. Obviously, there's a trophy involved as well, and the fame, glory, buckets of gold, and what else? Fame, honor, glory, and buckets of gold associated with winning the All-Star race here. Eli Wolf runs in third right now. Chris Harvey has fourth. Matthew Burnett fifth. Riley Spurley, Daniel Voiles, Steve Morgan, Max Davis, and Vittoria Sevilla round out your top 10 here. Well, Reggie Fogelman, unfortunately, he falls into last place right now. The GOAT, once again, making his way up the field here. Sevilla's been able to follow him. She comes from the back row as well here. Taiki and Özkan falling behind both Sevilla and the GOAT. Davis having the worst start of anybody, I think, there. He started in fourth, and that outside line just not working for him at all here. Davis's hopes of winning the All-Star race, have they been shattered already? Sevilla and the GOAT both steaming into turn one. There you go, steaming, diving as usual. The GOAT sliding up the racetrack in front of Davis here, and I think Sevilla's going to be able to have the move on Davis as well, so things just not for Davis! Oh, no, that's Morgan gets taken out by the GOAT, and the crowd roars. And I had a Murrayism there. But actually, let's rewind the clock. Let's do a good old-fashioned Codemasters F1 rewind there. There you go. The GOAT sliding up in front of Max Davis here. Heading down the front stretch here. Sevilla's about to get past Davis as well. Morgan goes spinning. The GOAT takes him out. And the crowd roars. Oh, boy. Oh, Morgan not suffering very much there. But, yeah, that's his hopes of winning the race over. The GOAT once again expressing his displeasure with his, well, fellow might not be quite the correct word, but certainly the other GM Goodwrench Chevy driver in the field, Steve Morgan, who wasn't really looking like challenging for the race win anyways today, finds himself in no man's land at the back of the field, behind Taiki and Reggie Fogelman. Sevilla's behind Davis and Özkan. Davis running 10th right now. Yeah, I think his hopes of winning this race are over. It's all the Jasper Motorsports Ford Taurus cars right now. Gil Samaya leading Joey Trickle. Eli Wolf and Chris Harvey. Can they catch up? Here comes Trickle making a move on the inside. Down the back stretch here. Once again, these two cars about to be trading positions here. I bet their team owners just hoping that they don't crash each other off. Mercedes style 2016 Spanish Grand Prix. One of the best in history, because it was one of the few races in 2016 that the Mercedes did not win, of course. Now here comes Eli Wolf steaming down the inside, trying to get a move on Gil Samaya for second spot here. Eli Wolf almost coming out of nowhere. We saw that he was in third, but he's showing quite a lot of pace here. Chris Harvey as well, following closely behind. Eli Wolf able to make the overtake on Gil Samaya, and Chris Harvey attempting to do much of the same through turns 3 and 4 here on lap 7. Lap 7 comes to a close. Joey Trickle leads once again. Eli Wolf now ahead of Gil Samaya. Gil Samaya immediately coming back at Eli Wolf, charging down the inside, sending it Leroy Jenkins style. I bet Leroy Jenkins would be pulling all these moves if he were here in the All-Star race, but of course, he's not. What a shame. Chris Harvey now looking at Eli Wolf's position. Eli Wolf obviously getting quite a bit unsettled after Gil Samaya retook second place from him, but this is definitely great news for Joey Trickle, who now has a bit of a gap between himself and Gil Samaya. A little bit of breathing room from now, but no doubt Samaya is going to be coming back at him. Both their cars have very good engines, of course. They're pretty much well matched in performance and such. It's all down to racing skill for these two Ford Taurus drivers here. Eli Wolf stepping out once again to take third place back from Chris Harvey. Matthew Burnett watching the show in fifth spot here. The GOAT making his way up at the sixth. He's past Voiles, Özkan, Spurley, and Davis, who round out your top 10 here. Sevilla down to 11th. Reggie Fogelman still occupies 12th. Ari Taiki 13th, and Steve Morgan still goes in 14th. Talking to Mile a minute here like, what's his face? I genuinely forgot this. David Copperfield? David Hayter? David Crowley? David Croft. Yeah, David Croft. Talking to Mile a minute here like David Crofty, the GOAT, steaming down the outside, making the overtakes of the week on Matthew Burnett, scraping the wall once again. The GOAT has been in the wall quite a few times already in this All-Star race, and certainly in this stage, no doubt. It looked like he was about to hit it again. Now Daniel Voiles has a shout at Matthew Burnett's position here for 5th, 4th, 3rd, whatever. Who cares? Joey Trickle continues to lead quite comfortably here as we speed past the halfway point of the final stage of the AAA, the All-Star race. Eli Wolf still sitting behind Chris Harvey for now, but still looking to retake that position as we begin lap 12. I think that Gil Samaya's he really needs to dial up that engine, turn on the boost, the hammer time, the magic, whatever. If he wants to catch up to Joey Trickle, his teammate, and challenge once again for the race lead. Again, not very many laps left in the AAA, certainly not in the final stage here, but here comes the GOAT. He's definitely going to make things exciting for everybody else in the top 5 because he's running 5th right now. Wolf and Harvey both in front of him. Of course, the GOAT has bones to pick with Harvey based off of previous incidents. Rockingham, Talladega, the good stuff there. Samaya has been able to close the gap to Joey Trickle. Isn't that happy days for them? And 2 Jasper Motorsports cars. Again, their team boss just hoping, begging that they don't crash each other off. The GOAT cutting through the grass as usual. I don't think that's really achieved the desired effect of speeding him up there, cutting through the grass a little bit, shortening the distance as much as he can. Of course, he's able to carry speed, but he has to reorient the car once he gets back onto the asphalt. GOAT about to do overtakes of the week. Once again on Eli Wolf, smashing into the wall, taking 4th spot quite comfortably here. Wolf's about ready to come back at him though, but the GOAT is going to cover him off and prevent the Wolf. I was about to say the Wolf. How about that? The Wolf. Yeah, there you go. The Wolf versus the GOAT, and now the Harvey is next. Then the Trickle and the Samaya. Oh days, that's okay. No, that went too far. The Wolf. I think there's hardly anybody else in this. Oh dear, the GOAT sliding up the racetrack. Clearly, that's a very interesting tactic, a very interesting maneuver in his attempt to get past Chris Harvey for third spot, third position, third place. Yeah. As you can see, Gil Samaya has managed to retake the lead from Joey Trickle. And so these two are going to continue to duke it out with 5 laps to go. Both these guys want the $2 bill. You know that finishing well is going to be very good for them. But of course, the Coca-Cola 600 is the race that they want to do a 1-2 for. The Jasper Motorsports team. This ain't the time. No teammates here, no friends here certainly. The GOAT certainly not making any friends. Sevilla might be the only one. And he nearly took out Sevilla by spinning Steve Morgan around. 4 laps to go. The GOAT still attempting to get past Chris Harvey. He's hungry for that race win. No doubt he's led both stages. He's won both stages. Led the majority of the laps. He sends Harvey into the wall. And Eli Wolf's able to get past there. Harvey has more reasons to be angry with the GOAT now. But more importantly, the GOAT up into 3rd place. Falling behind Trickle and Samaya, the 2 Jasper Motorsports cars with 3 laps to go. The GOAT to number 3 in position 3. His car jumps as he enters turn 3. Did you see that? Anybody else see that? My days, the GOAT giving Trickle a nudge. A huge nudge. He nearly sends Trickle into the grass. Trickle has to cut across the infield grass. And the GOAT about to secure the overtake. Yeah, he has done. Bit of a bump and run for the GOAT, rubbing his racing. Trickle's not going to be the least bit pleased about that. And Samaya, here's hoping he brought his brown pants because the Intimidator is in his rear view mirror here. The GOAT gets into Samaya's car. He slides up the racetrack, scrapes the wall. Trickle about to get past him once again. Is that the GOAT making a mistake? He has 1 more lap to go here to get past Samaya for the race lead. The white flag is out. The GOAT just needs to absolutely send it through all 4 turns here. Not able to catch up as he gets down the back stretch. This is his last opportunity. GOAT absolutely sending it. It's not enough. Samaya's going to win the All-Star race, ladies and gentlemen. Gil Samaya wins the $2 bill. The GOAT has to settle for 2nd. Joey Trickle comes home 3rd after leading a good amount of this race. He's going to have to content himself with that. The GOAT congratulating Samaya for outwheeling him here. Samaya doesn't need to be told that he's a good driver, though. He absolutely tore up the racetrack He had one of the best cars in the field. He had a very good starting position for the final stage, and he proved himself worthy. Eli Wolf comes home 4th, Chris Harvey 5th, Simon Özkan 6th, Daniel Voilis 7th, Max Davis having to settle for 8th today, Riley Spurley 9th, and Matthew Burnett rounds out your top 10 here. Vittorio Sevilla, Reggie Fogelman, Arya Tanki, and Steve Morgan, the last of your finishers. Vittorio Sevilla getting the quad 5s with that distance to the leader. But yeah, the GOAT coming home 74 thousandths of a second behind Gil Samaya. Was so close to having that race win, but he got into Samaya's rear end, and that might have done him in there. What a fantastic race that was. The GOAT, again, he led most of the All-Star race, most of the laps in the stages, I think. Actually, I don't think that's quite correct. Maybe he got to 45? Did he get to 45? I don't know, but he just wasn't able to lead the final stage, so there you go. Gil Samaya ekes out a win at Lowe's Night. Heartache for number 29. Steve Morgan loses 8 positions en route to a 14th place finish. Thanks in no small part to the GOAT. So, yeah, Gil Samaya wins the All-Star race. And, yeah. So, Frank Kupers, if you want your $2 bill, I don't know, try finding me on Discord. Ditto to Max Davis if you want a bicentennial quarter. Although you could probably just get some rolls of quarters from the bank and search through them for yourself. Ditto to Frank Kupers. Unless, of course, you're actually Brazilian. I don't know. That's what I would assume, of course, but just maybe just buy a $2 bill off eBay. It's not worth it. You can get a $2 bill at the bank, but whatever. So that's your shootout and All-Star race over. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Nice little bit of fun. Hopefully it wasn't too boring or silly or dumb. And well, we're not quite done with Lowe's Motor Speedway yet. We have the Coca-Cola 600, the longest race on the calendar, 100 laps around Charlotte. 1.5 mile quad oval to contend with next time. It's been Hannah Food. It's been a time and a half in honor. And I'll see you in the next video. Man, I'm pooped.